There's nothing wrong with that. As we're getting ready to go here, we're quickly lining up. Wipeout Scout takes the jammer line for the Dairyland Dolls. And give me just a second and I will tell you who the jammer is. That's Pippi Longsmackings for the outfit Shade Brigade.
And running down the non-skating officials very quickly, head NSO Uno Mas and shown up on the inside whiteboard. Penalty Wrangler Modus Cones, Tracker Irene Adler, Box Manager Silken Tofu, penalty timers Dread Gazebo Miscalculation. We'll get the rest of the crew later, but that whistle puts us into action.
The scrum is on. Number SOS Pippi Longsmackings near the front. She is your lead jammer as she escapes the pack.
And it looks like we get an early penalty. We'll see.
On an outfit skater. As Wipeout Scouts, the jammer for the Dairyland Dolls, still on her initial pass. She's able to clear.
And it looks, and we're still waiting to see which name gets marked. Jane Flinch getting sent to the box for the Shade Brigade. Wipeout Scout having gotten through. Looks like she is going, yep, she was eligible to score points, which it looked kind of like Pippi Longsmackings lost track of that fact. And we end up with 4 points on each side in this first jam. 1 minute in, 4-4 for the Dairyland Dolls and the Shade Brigade. As we welcome you into the booth here, camera to our left. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Internet. It's been a while. As we line up again, we've got Rapscallion, who's already played one match tonight. She is up against...
That is 0W
Gertrude
Awakening jamming for the Dairyland Dolls.
And Gertrude is through quickly for lead jammer status.
And Rapscallion having gotten clear, she'll be eligible to score points this time around. Gertrude Awakening getting through, getting 4 points. It looks like she wants to go back and get some more.
Rapscallion getting held up by number 313. That's Slayhound. Slowed up Rapscallion a little bit.
It looks like Blanche Devereaux got tripped up a little bit by her own blocker. While that's all going on, Gertrude Awakening getting through for 4 more points.
She called it a little late. Rapscallion was able to score 2 points of her own, adding to the outfit total.
And that makes it 12-10. The Dairyland Dolls leading the Shade Brigade as we're just over 2 minutes in.
As we line up again, Ice Hurt takes the jammer star for the outfit Shade Brigade.
And it looks like Sequin Destroyer, number B52, taking the track for the Dairyland Dolls, wearing that blue and white star cover.
Sequin Destroyer had limited play in the last matchup, in the 8-team matchup. So Sequin Destroyer making a move around the outside. She's got some room. She is through for lead jammer status.
Yeah, that was something we were saying a number of times in the 8-team bout, that the Dairyland Dolls getting through to lead jam. We'll see what comes of this one. Sequin Destroyer fighting her way through. Has that last block to beat. Calls off the jam. We'll see how it comes out. 3 points for the Shade Brigade and 4 points for the Dairyland Dolls.
Ice Hurt able to get some hustle and get some points of her own. Perhaps Sequin Destroyer didn't have awareness of where Ice Hurt was, but she was able to score 1 more point than Ice Hurt.
That makes it 16-13. The Dairyland Dolls out with a 3-point lead, 26-23 remaining in this first half. It looks like we're maybe having a little bit of a graphic display issue, so we'll try to keep you up on that score as best we can.
Got Splatter Alice jamming against Puck for the Chicago outfit in yellow with black trim. Splatter Alice, lead jammer. We saw that a lot in the last game. To see Splatter Alice with lead jammer status here, we see her once again engaging the pack, racking up some points. But she got 4 points. She's going to keep going as Puck is on a scoring pass. Penalty issues for Madison right now. They want to extend the jam a little bit and try to get some of their blockers out of the penalty box, especially with a good jammer like Splatter Alice on the track. Both jammers on the second scoring pass of this jam.
as Puck meeting up with the 3-skater block going on with Micro Mauler, Knocking Jay, and I lost track of the last one, but she gets through, gets 4 points. It looks like Knocking Jay getting sent to the penalty box as Blanche Devereaux gets her way back out. Splatter Alice completing a scoring pass, calls off the jam, gets 4 more points, and there we have the graphics on the screen now.
It ends up being an even jam there, 8-8, but Madison able to alleviate some of that penalty issues that they were having there, able to get their blockers out of the penalty box.
And so we're 5 minutes in with your score 24-21, the Dairyland Dolls leading the Shade Brigade. And on the 105.5 Triple M Jammer line, we've got Rapscallion taking on Wipeout Scout. Wipeout Scout going for the Dairyland Dolls.
Rapscallion once again able to get through from lead jammer status. Wipeout Scout clears as well, but a half track behind. You watch that pack reform. Dairyland has control of the front.
We've got the pivot going to the box for the Shade Brigade. That's Bruce Violet getting called with the penalty. And it looks like that jam getting called off with 0 points for each side. So again, 24-21, 6 minutes into the first half.
We'll get another look at Gertrude Awakening in this next jam against Ice Hurt, number 15 for the Shade Brigade of the Chicago outfit. 1 blocker down for each team, 1 standing for the Dairyland Dolls.
Ice Hurt was giving a look to someone in the stands, gave him a wink.
The outfit not very far away from home, about 2.5-hour drive for the visiting Chicago outfit. As Wipeout Scout gets lead jammer status, Ice Hurt about 30 feet behind.
And actually, that's Gertrude Awakening that was on the jam for the Dairyland Dolls.
My bad. I get a penalty. My first one.
No worries. In a day like this, you're allowed 1 mistake.
I'll make more, I'm sure. As we line up again, we got number S0S, I should say, Pippi Long Smackings for the Chicago outfit against...
Well, the screen is telling us it's Sequin Destroyer, number B52 for the Dairyland Dolls. It is nice having this lineup laptop in front of us, I gotta say.
Another scrum start. 2 blockers down for the outfit. Advantage Sequin Destroyer, who's able to get through for lead jammer status. And Pippi Long Smacking still on that initial pass. Contending with that 4-wall of blue.
And it looks like the 5-point grand slam being earned by Sequin Destroyer, adding on to the Dairyland Dolls lead early on here.
Sequin Destroyer engages the pack on her second scoring pass as Pippi Long Smacking clears on the initial pass. 4 more points awarded as Sequin Destroyer calls off the jam, extending the Dairyland Dolls lead 33-21 in our first half of play.
We'd like to thank Monkey Bar Gym for sponsoring Roller Derby here today. Derby girls work out to be strong enough for Derby at Monkey Bar Gym in Madison, where they understand both high-level athletic performance and physical limitations. They've trained professional athletes and weekend warriors, firefighters and grandmothers, carpenters and cancer survivors. They're located at 1876 East Washington Avenue in Madison. That's Monkey Bar Gym.
We've got Splatter Alice jamming for the Dairyland Dolls against Rapscallion. Splatter Alice is the lead jammer for the ladies in blue. As we see Rapscallion battling her way through the pack, takes a shot from number L5. That would be Brokeback Jack.
And Splatter Alice reaching the pack, cutting through there very quickly. Not track cutting, that's a penalty. But that's another 5-point grand slam earned by Splatter Alice for the Dairyland Dolls, extending their lead to 38-21.
Rapscallion clears the pack on the initial pass, and Splatter Alice going to call the jam after she gets her 4 points, extending the Dairyland Dolls lead. And Splatter Alice is leading all point scorers at this point with 17 points thus far.
And we're 9 minutes into this one. The Dairyland Dolls doubling up on the Shade Brigade thus far, 42-21 your lead. We have Ice Hurt putting on the star cover for the Shade Brigade. Wipeout Scout back out to jam for the Dairyland Dolls.
2 blockers down for the outfit. Advantage Wipeout Scout, who's contending with those 2 blockers. Wipeout Scout is your lead jammer. As Ice Hurt still doing some nice work as well, able to get out about a quarter track behind. Wipeout Scout extending the gap a little bit. Gets her point.
We had Knocking Jay getting sent to the penalty box for the Dairyland Dolls. That jam getting called off. And we are getting a timeout requested by the Shade Brigade. 20:06 remaining in the first half. Your score, the Dairyland Dolls 46, the Shade Brigade 21.
Penalty issues early on here for the outfit Shade Brigade. They got 2 sitting in the box right now, 1 sitting for the Dairyland Dolls. As you're watching the action on WFTDA.tv, you know next week the playoffs begin on WFTDA.
Yes, they do. The Division II tournament starting in Duluth, Minnesota. I believe the action starts on Friday, if I remember correctly.
You're correct. Yes, you are correct. Starting action on Friday, that we begin the 7-tournament march to Nashville. That's where the championships will be on Halloween this year.
That's a good time to have championships.
Yeah, of course it is. In Nashville, that sounds like a fun time to me.
The Chicago Outfit Syndicate will be going into the Division II bracket. They will be skating in 2 weeks in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada.
Right, you are.
As I've been saying before, I hope they have their passports all straightened away.
I'm sure they do, or they're very rapidly trying to figure that out.
Yes.
As we're about ready to rejoin the action, 2 blockers down for the outfit, 1 blocker down for the Dairyland Dolls. Pippi Long Smackings out there for the outfit in yellow. And that would be, is that Wipeout? No, that is Gertrude Awakening for the Dairyland Dolls.
Gertrude getting forced out by Mimi first as she was getting near the end of that pass, but she gets back in, bounces back, gets the lead jam status for the Dairyland Dolls. As we see the Shade Brigade jammer still trying to fight past the 2 blockers. The 1 skater goes down, that frees her again. That is S0S Pippi Long Smackings for the Shade Brigade. But that jam gets called off.
Dairyland Dolls extend their lead 50-21 right now.
Again, we invite everyone to go on to Twitter, send us a message here in the booth, use the hashtag #TalkToWFTA. That's talk, the number 2, WFTDA. We're checking the feed, and if you send us questions, we will try to answer them as best we can, or make it sound like we know what we're talking about.
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But Rapscallion right now jamming against Sequin Destroy Her for the Dairyland Dolls. And a track cut, I believe, was drawn, yes. Nicely done by number... I gotta find it, I'm sorry.
And
that was Pandemic with a nice track cut draw.
It looks like we also have a penalty being called against the Shade Brigade jammer. That's going to give us a little do-si-do in the penalty box. Sequin Destroyer making her way back out. That's Rapscallion, who was jamming for the Shade Brigade.
So
we will go the full 2 minutes on this jam.
Sequin Destroyer completes that initial pass. Rapscallion engaging the pack now. Dealing with that 3-wall up front, gets taken down for just a second, right back at it. Sequin Destroyer now on a scoring pass, gets ridden out of bounds. Recycled back.
It looks like Rapscallion working against the blocking of Molotov, along with Stank Girl the Stench Wench.
4 points so far for the Dairyland Dolls, as both jammers will be scoring on the next pass with 39 seconds remaining in this jam. Dairyland Dolls had the front. Sequin Destroyer tried to jump the apex, didn't make it. Rapscallion able to get through, however. 4 points for the outfit.
It looks like we're getting an out of play penalty being assessed to, it looks like Dive Hard getting sent to the box.
Sequin Destroyer got a penalty.
Look, that looks like, I would think that would be a forearm, or it looks like a forearm, but it doesn't look like quite the conventional forearm call.
I'm a little rusty. If there might be a new call I'm not familiar with. We got 3 more points for the Chicago outfit, as We get a timeout called by the Dairyland Dolls. We're going to get a moment's break here. 57-28 on the scoreboard right now.
And we'd like to thank some more of our great sponsors. Fast Forward Skate Center at 4649 Verona Road in Madison. Come discover the joy of roller skating. Also, Be Cool Entertainment, providing the musical entertainment here at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena today.
We're getting a look at some of our fans that have made the trip from Chicago and surrounding area as now. And a look at us. I don't know why anyone would ever want to look at us.
Yeah,
but here we are.
That great view of the back of my head going here. We'd also like to thank Mini of Madison. Keep it mini, motivated, inspired, not normal and innovative at Mini of Madison. We also thank Hinckley Design and Production. They produce everything from videos and commercials to interviews and sporting events. They are our production company for all of today's action here on WIFTA.tv.
We're about ready to rejoin the action. Ice Hurt takes the Jammer Star for the Chicago Outfit Shade Brigade. And they're in a power jam situation as Sequin Destroy Her is cooling her jets in the sin bin right now.
5 seconds in the air, the hand drops, the whistle blows. We are back underway. And just that quickly, we get a multiplayer block being called against Hoppy Go Lucky. And Ice Hurt gets through to lead jam status for the Shade Brigade.
Ice Hurt only has 2 blockers out there right now to contend with. Able to make short work of it. 5 points for Ice Hurt. Trying to narrow that gap down by just not that many, about 13 right now.
And it looks
23, I'm sorry.
Ice Hurt trying to keep her feet inside of the track. It's okay, it's been a long day and math is hard.
Sequin Destroy Her out of the penalty box and out of the pack. Ice Hurt though, gets another scoring pass, calls it off. Another 5 for the lady in yellow.
The sad thing is I'm saying math is hard, and one of my roles in roller derby is a non-skating official. What does that say?
It says lots, much. As we line them up again, we've got Splatter Alice jamming for the Dairyland Dolls, and that would be
Pippi Longsmackings
for the outfit. Pippi with 4 points so far tonight, and Splatter Alice 17 in this match, and somewhere around 80 in the last match.
But it looks like lead jam this time going to Pippi Longsmackings, as we have Stank Girl the Stench Wench getting sent to the penalty box. Meanwhile, Splatter Alice has completed her initial pass, but Pippi Longsmackings calls it off right there.
She got another 4 points to add to her total as we look at 57-43 on the scoreboard.
Midway through this first half of derby action in our third and final game of the day.
Rapscallion takes the Jammer Star for the outfit, leading a point score for the outfit. The Shade Brigade having a better game, I think, in the B team game than she did in the C team matchup, which is interesting to see that. As we see Wipeout Scout now jamming for the Dairyland Dolls.
Wipeout Scout meeting that 4-player wall. She gets the benefit of a multiplayer block call against the Shade Brigade, breaks free and gets lead jam status. Wipeout Scout for the Dairyland Dolls.
Wipeout Scout through for 5 points, and she's going for more. Rapscallion still in the pack on the initial pass, getting held up by a 3 wall of blue.
And we've got 2 blockers in the penalty box for the Shade Brigade, Casey Mason and Fox Force, both getting sent. Meanwhile, another 5-point Grand Slam pass by Wipeout Scout, getting past the 2 blockers on the track for the Shade Brigade.
10 points so far. Rapscallion finally able to get through. She got a forearm penalty. Power jam for Wipeout Scout. As we watch that pack form, 2 blockers up front for the outfit, 1 trailing.
Oh, that was interesting. Little Susie Homewrecker delivering the initial momentum on that hit, but just bounced off of the Shade Brigade skater.
That was Fox Force 5 that she bounced off of. as Wipeout Scout on another scoring pass here, contending with that 3-wall.
And a multiplayer block getting called against Fox Force 5. You could see once the two got kind of locked up together, that is really not something you should do.
That's going to end the jam there. A big one there for the Dairyland Dolls, extending their lead. We're looking at 82-43 on the scoreboard. Wipeout Scout brings her total up to 33, now the leading point scorer of this match.
That was a very nice jam she put on. She got through the pack very effectively. Very strong skating there.
We line them up again. We've got Gertrude Awakening up against Ice Hurt for the outfit.
And once again, we'd like to thank 1055 Triple M sponsoring our jammer line here today.
A whistle blows. Someone's going to the box. It is Gertrude Awakening power jam for the outfit. Ice Hurt with an opportunity here.
She's fighting against...
Is that Knocking Jay? I think that was Knocking Jay holding her up.
Yep. And Dive Hard, the last blocker that she manages to get past their now lead jam earned by Ice Hurt for the Shade Brigade.
That's Knocking Jay with the tattoo sleeve at the front, trying to help her pivot and block her, hold off Ice Hurt. And they're successful as they recycle Ice Hurt back to the back of the pack.
Gertrude Awakening getting out of the penalty box now. I believe she's still on her initial pass, so she'll need to get through that. And there's a signal there confirming that she would be eligible to score points, but Ice Hurt, being aware of the situation, calls off the jam. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout being requested by the Shade Brigade. My guess is that looks like they're looking for some clarification. We'll see if this goes into an official review at this point.
I do see puck eruption on the jammer line for the Chicago outfit, and I have to give the story of the week because she had the best story of the week. Where on Monday, it was raining in Chicago, and she was standing right next to a tree, and it was hit by lightning, and the embers caught her on fire.
Ouch.
But it was raining, so she got put out right away. The shock of the week for
That
Puck.
is insane.
I had to share. It's a good story. And we're looking at Sequin Destroy Her. And that's Puck with this jammer star on now.
A little wave to the crowd from Sequin Destroyer to her fan club sitting in the stands behind us.
I thought she was waving at us. I guess not.
Maybe you, probably not me.
It's not true. No. We're about ready to go here again.
5 seconds displayed in the air by our jam timer, who blows the whistle and puts us back to action.
Puck has 8 points so far in this match. Sequin Destroyer with 20. Sequin Destroyer at the front of the pack. She is your lead jammer. Penalty on Puck. She's going to the box. Power jam. Sequin Destroyer.
Again, 20 points by Sequin Destroyer thus far, and we are getting what looks like some penalty assessed to Sequin Destroyer. That will spring Puck from the penalty box. And with the short amount of time there, Sequin Destroyer back out of the box. Both jammers on the track, but we will skate the full 2 minutes.
Sequin Destroyer, she is through. Puck back out on the track.
The 5-point grand slam earned by Sequin Destroyer. She's going to come back in. Tried to make a little bit of an apex jump on the inside. Got knocked or kept out of bounds. She has to recycle to the back of the pack and try it again.
Sequin Destroyer getting knocked around like a pinball. Puck eruption gets recycled to the back of the pack as well. Sequin Destroyer out through the front. She's got 5 points on that pass.
And it looks like Puck still on her initial pass, still being fought off by the strong blocking of Blanche Devereaux. And Brookback Jack.
Back block penalty on a Dairyland Dolls blocker.
Another 5 points earned by Sequin Destroyer.
We had a star pass off to Pippi long smackings for the Chicago outfit. Puckhead was having some trouble there, so now Pippi long smackings. She hit the pack but didn't score any points. 2 more points for the Dairyland Dolls. 104-47.
A 17-point jam, I believe, earned by Sequin Destroyer that time around, putting the Dairyland Dolls over the century mark, 104-47, as we're under 8 minutes remaining in the first half.
Sequin Destroyer with 37 points so far tonight. And this match, she had a few in the last match as well. As we rejoin the action, both jammers hit the pack. Splatter Alice is through first for the Dairyland Dolls with lead jammer status.
That's something we've said frequently between these two games, the B team and the A team. Splatter Alice getting through to lead jam again. We have Nekomatos jamming for the Shade Brigade. She's completed her initial pass. She'll be eligible to score. We've got one blocker for each side in the penalty box. Well, Mimi first, now getting out of the box for the Shade Brigade.
Both jammers scoring on this pass. Lead jammer is in the Dairyland Dolls' favor. They've hit 4 apiece. As Nekomatos is the jammer in the lead, despite not being lead jammer.
And now both boxes empty. We have 5-on-5 on the track. Stank Girl, the Stench Wench, having to scoot back to the back of the pack, re-entering the track there. And now we have a penalty being called for a forearm against Nekomatos. That'll put the Dairyland Dolls on the power jam. And that one ends right there with Nekomatos headed to the power box, or to the penalty box. Now words are getting hard along with math.
It's been a long night. So Sequin Destroyer called off Splatter Alice called off the jam to extend this power jam for number 6 Wipeout Scout. She's going to get a long chance here.
Wipeout Scout with 38 points, leading the scoring for the Dairyland Dolls at this point. As the whistle puts us back. Again, Nekomatos starting in the penalty box. She'll serve a full 30. Wipeout Scout getting free to lead jam. Falls down to a knee, pops right back up, and starts swinging her way back around.
It looks like offense here for Madison as Wipeout Scout engages the 4 wall.
We've got a multiplayer being called against Bruised Violet. That'll send her to the box for the Shade Brigade. 5-point grand slam earned by Wipeout Scout. And Nekomatos now being freed from the penalty box. She'll have to go to work on that initial pass.
Some penalty issues in this jam for the outfit. They've got 3 penalties. They've got a blocker in the queue to go to the penalty box. But it's a power jam for the outfit as Wipeout Scout is in the penalty box now. I think she got 2 minutes.
2 penalties, 30 seconds apiece, so
yes,
1 minute.
2 penalties.
But it looked like she got called for a low block, and then being not responsive to reporting to the box, she also got called for, I believe that was the insubordination. That was the extra 30 seconds, so she will sit for a minute and give a prolonged power jam to the Shade Brigade.
And now the Shade Brigade has all their blockers back on the track.
So we will skate the full 2 minutes of this one. 24 seconds remaining in the jam.
There was a blocker in the queue to go to the box. She will go to the box now.
And so as we're coming down to 5 minutes remaining in the first half, 122-54 on the board as this jam is almost to its conclusion.
Star pass to Bruised Violet, and the jam ends on time. 0 points on that pass.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Wipeout Scout was able to escape the penalty box just before the end of the jam, so both teams will have their jammers on the track when we get back into action.
That'll allow Gertrude Awakening to take the Jammer Star and the Jammer line. In this, our third match of 3 on this Saturday night. 1 week away from playoff action on WFTA.tv. What could be more exciting?
And again, we invite everyone to send their tweets to the booth here using the hashtag #TalkToWFTA. That's talk, the number 2, WFTDA. Send us your questions, send us your comments. We'd also like to thank some more of our great sponsors, Super Duper. They offer digital, offset, letterpress, and hand silk screen printing, and they specialize in CD and DVD packaging and manufacturing. Also, Ian's Pizza. You know what sounds really good right now? Pizza.
We're going to get some at the after party.
2 downtown locations offering carryout and delivery, salad, pizza, vegan, and gluten-free options. Ian'sPizza.com, here to help one slice at a time.
And we're about ready to rejoin the action. We've got Ice Hurt for the Chicago Outfit Shade Brigade in yellow and black, up against, that would be Gertrude Awakening in blue with white trim.
It looks like our timeout has turned into an official review. The signal from our jam timer seeming to indicate a review being requested by the Dairyland dolls.
As we look forward to the playoffs, the Dairyland Dolls will be a 7 seed in Charleston, West Virginia. They'll get to play SoCal in their first match. And if they win, the winner of that match gets to play against Victoria, which Australia's first team to make the playoffs, which is
nice.
Very, very exciting.
It is always nice to see that international participation because WFTA really is a worldwide organization.
And growing and growing and growing by leaps and bounds, and competitively as well. It's really excited to see. And it's our second year of Division II playoffs. The Chicago Outfit will participate in that. There'll be a 5 seed in Kirchner, Ontario, and their first match will be against Kalamazoo out of Michigan.
And again, the tournament action starting next weekend with Division II action in Duluth, Minnesota. I know a fair number of the officials around the Midwest applying and getting accepted to that. I know some of my friends are looking forward to making the drive up to Duluth to officiate tournament action.
Up in Harbor City in Duluth, Minnesota. And we're about ready to rejoin the action. Ice Hurt for the outfit, number 15 right there, against Gertrude Awakening. And Ice Hurt near the front, able to get on through. Lead jammer, Ice Hurt.
She made that initial start with a pass on the outside, then cut down to the inside to get around the last 2 blockers. Very nice move that she pulled. Gertrude Awakening, having cleared the pack, she'll be eligible to score this time around. But again, Ice Hurt, your lead jammer, in control of the action, and she calls it off there. Adding 3 points onto the total for the Shade Brigade, shutting out the Dairyland dolls on that jam.
Good pack awareness from Ice Hurt. She knew exactly where the other jammer was, called off the jam before that jammer could reach the pack.
And it's this kind of situation where the Shade Brigade, they score 3, stop the jam, score 4, stop the jam. They can start whittling away and they can get right back into this. There is a lot of action still to go.
We're looking at Rapscallion, who's had some success in this match, jamming for the outfit. Up against, for the first time, jamming Brokeback Jack.
I believe that's her first time putting on the star cover in this one.
Brokeback Jack is your lead jammer, and she's on a power jam as there was a multiplayer block on Rapscallion, the jammer of the outfit.
Yeah, that is not a penalty you see called often against a jammer.
It does happen from time to time. As long as if someone hits that engagement zone, that linked zone, then it's going to be a penalty. So
a 5-point grand slam earned by Brokeback Jack. Giving her 10 points. And another 5, now 15 points here, adding onto the lead, 137 to 57, under 3 minutes remaining in the first half.
Rapscallion trying to muscle her way through as she's out of the penalty box and through the pack. Brokeback Jack on another scoring pass. She clears, calls it off just as she does so. Another 5 points for Brokeback Jack.
We had some solid hits being delivered at the end of that jam. Skaters getting knocked all over the place.
And we're coming up close to the half. We're 2 minutes and 25 seconds away from that. As we're going to get another jam in here. It's going to be Pippi Long smackings for the outfit against Splatter Alice, who has been a workhorse tonight in her second match in a row. Splatter Alice.
And again, we thank 105.5 Triple M for sponsoring our jammer line here tonight. And Splatter Alice putting on the Jets, breaking through the middle there, getting to lead jam status for the Dairyland Dolls. She has 26 points and counting so far in this particular game.
Pippi Long smackings gets through, and Splatter Alice going to call off the jam after getting her points. We're going to get at least one more jam in this half here.
And again, if there is still an active jam when the period clock runs out, we will continue skating until the conclusion of the jam, either if it gets called off or running out of time. But that jam clock will supersede the period clock if we get to that point.
We've got Sequin Destroy Her for the Dairyland Dolls, and Ice Hurt trying to spin around the outside. Sequin Destroyer started on the inside, then looped all the way back around to the outside. Lead jammer, Sequin Destroy Her.
She saw that opening on the outside, realized that there wasn't a lot of attention being paid out there, and just went, yeah, I'll go this way.
And she was right to do so, as she just racked up 5 points there, as the Dairyland Dolls wall is holding off Ice Hurt nicely.
And we've got all skaters on the track right now, 5-on-5, full and equal strength for both teams. As Ice Hurt manages to get free from the pack, Sequin Destroyer completing her scoring pass there, calls off the jam.
I think it was under the 30-second mark, so let's see if anyone calls timeout. I think it's just going to wind down by the looks of things here.
At this point, both teams might be looking and going, let's regroup, let's get a break, get some water in us.
A lot of skaters, it's their second game tonight, so.
Yep. So we've got everyone lining up on the track, but the time will run out right there.
They were ready.
Everyone going, hey, it's a whistle, let's start.
Yeah,
but
you do.
No, that's halftime.
They immediately got the 4 whistles. As we hit the half, we're 155 for the Dairyland Dolls B team against the Chicago Outfit B team, the Shade Brigade, with 57 points.
And so the teams will head back to their areas. They'll talk a little strategy again, get some water, which sounds like a really good idea, especially as we're halfway through our third game today.
You want some water as well? As well, I'm going to go over some points for us a few minutes here. Wipeout Scout leading all point scorers with 47 points. And
Sequin Destroyer right on her heels with 46 points in the first half. As we have on the Shade Brigade side, Ice Hurt with 20 points and Rapscallion with 14.
Not too much penalty problem right now. We got Agony Andy with 3 penalties for the Shade Brigade, and I can't quite make out the number on my screen, but it looks like Knocking Jay has 3 or 4 penalties.
Let's see if I don't know if we get a refresh on here or not.
Tech work on screen. Well, we'll rejoin the action here on WFTDA.tv as soon as we come back from the half.
We'll be back in a few minutes. Again, you're watching roller derby action on WFTDA.tv.
A break there's some overlap of the teams, so they wanted to give a break to some of those skaters. So the B team are the headliners tonight.
Yes, they are. Again, your halftime score: the Dairyland Dolls B team 155, the Chicago Outfit Shade Brigade 57. It occurs to me, I didn't get through the rest of the NSO introductions. Got to give shout-outs to those people.
Let's talk about them.
We got through the penalty timers. Scorekeepers, Mr. Welch and Roosevelt. Scoreboard operator. I know the scoreboard operator is not Squeaky Fromage because she's out on the track jam timing right now. but we have a scoreboard operator, which is awesome. I bet Keister Bunny might be over there because she's not jam timing. She had an unfortunate situation earlier this week, got herself injured, had to have a little piece of her finger reattached.
But it was successful, I assume.
It was successful.
Derby injuries all over, even NSOs.
Yep. So we also have Captain Emo, Buenos Tardes, Roadblock, Chaotic Neutral, and Dorothy Slayers rounding out our NSO crew. And again, we give a lot of thanks to the officials for the hard work that they do on the track. Often thankless work, but is very important to the sport.
Of course.
I always like to say that without officials, Derby is just people skating around in circles hitting each other.
I think they'd be fun. They would still enjoy it, though, but we just wouldn't know about
true.
it. As we have Pippi Longsmackings jamming for the outfit against Wipeout Scout, who is leading all point scorers in this match for the Dairyland Dolls.
And right away we get a penalty. It sounds like a back block being issued. And Wipeout Scout gets through to lead jam. Pippi Longsmackings are right behind her, both completing their initial passes. We'll see how this goes. And Wipeout Scout electing to call it off right away. I think she saw the 3 blockers that were hanging back waiting for her, with one of her blockers hanging back, who Pippi Longsmackings could have scored and gotten a point right there.
We're going to see Gertrude Awakening in this next jam for the Dairyland Dolls against Ice Hurt, who is the leading point scorer with 20 for the Shade Brigade. Ice Hurt tries the inside. Gertrude tried the outside. They tried to bounce back to the inside. Meanwhile, Ice Hurt's just continuing to push forward. She finally gets through lead jammer status. Ice Hurt for the outfit.
She was trying to make her way further outside. Brokeback Jack came out to meet her outside, but then Ice Hurt turned it back inside and was able to get around and get through.
Ice Hurt on a scoring pass. Gertrude Awakening right there too. Let's see, did Ice Hurt call it off? We got 2 points Ice Hurt, 1 point Gertrude Awakening for the Dolls. So advantage by 1 for the Shade Brigade. Trying to close the gap a little bit, 156 to 59.
And I think at this point everyone's kind of getting reacquainted with who's on the track, kind of sorting out what sort of halftime adjustments may have been made. So little feeling out process.
As we have Sequin Destroy Her trying to stay in front of Puck for the Chicago outfit. Puck started with the Windy City Rollers, now a member of the Chicago outfit. Sequin Destroy Her is your lead jammer. Gives a salute to her bench as she makes her way around. The bench is around turns 3 and 4. Not traditional, but working here tonight at the barn in Madison.
We have the 5-point Grand Slam being earned by Sequin Destroy Her. Now she's the leading scorer for the Dairyland Dolls with 51, and she'll come back around and, ouch, try to add on to that total. But we get a low block being called.
It's
that
a
low
power
block
jam.
against Sequin Destroy Her.
Power jam for Puck. She's going to pass the star.
So we kind of had insult added to injury there. Well, not injury, just hurt. Where Sequin Destroyer came into the pack, got hit hard, and then got assessed with the low block penalty on top of it.
Agony Andy is now the jammer on her scoring pass for the Chicago outfit Shade Brigade.
And we will go the two full minutes on this one since Sequin Destroyer was the lead jammer at the time of the penalty. 5-point Grand Slam earned by the new jammer, Agony Andy, as she comes back around to try to do it again.
The 4-wall at the front. We got a penalty out there. It's a directional penalty, I believe, on number 77, State Girl. More points for Agony Andy. She's doing pretty well as a jammer out there right now. We're going the full 2 minutes here as Sequin Destroyer comes out of the box, scores 4 points of her own.
And this is kind of the best case scenario for the Shade Brigade, getting that power jam and a back block being called against Sequin Destroyer that'll send her back to the penalty box. So the Shade Brigade will start the next one on the Power Jam.
Good news for the outfit, the ladies from Chicago in yellow, as Pippi Longsmackings. She's been something of a workhorse tonight. She's going to get the Power Jam opportunity here.
As we're 4.5 minutes in the second half, a 100-point difference, 169 to 69 in favor of the Dairyland Dolls.
Slade Hound up front, as is number 65, Blanche Devereaux, trying to hold off
Pippi Longsmackings pushing the action far enough ahead that we got the out-of-play call, and that sprung her free to get to lead jam status for the Shade Brigade. Now once again fighting against, and we get a penalty called against Blanche Devereaux for a clockwise block, as Pippi Longsmackings gets free for the 5-point grand slam for the Shade Brigade. As we see Sequin Destroyer is back on the track, having served her penalty. And she gets around the inside, completing her initial pass. She'll be eligible to score, but will most likely, I would guess, Pippi Longsmackings would call it off before she could get there, just like that.
Pippi does call it off in time, preventing the points for Dairyland Dolls. A little momentum here for the outfit, 169 to 78. Trying to build on that will be Rapscallion. She'll be up against Splatter Alice. Perhaps a mismatch. Splatter Alice, a star of the A team, also on the B team.
Yep, you've got to wonder if the amount of work she's doing today, how much that's wearing on her. She did a lot of jamming and a lot of hard work in the A game, and now
doing some good work there, skipping around the outside. I don't know how she stayed up, but able to get some point. Now going to able to.
Probably one of those situations you put in the work in practice, you build up that endurance, and she just keeps going after it. Gets around the inside nicely for the 4-point pass and calls off the jam.
Dairyland Dolls B team back on track now, sending Wipeout Scout to the line up against Ice Hurt, who has been the star for the outfit Shade Brigade in this particular game.
It looks like we've got the blockers kind of spreading things out a little bit at the start of this.
They almost got towards the pivot line. It didn't happen, but it was almost happening.
Yeah, that's one of those moments as a jam timer when they start rolling up to that pivot line. You're like, gotta keep up.
And Ice Hurt once again, lead jammer status.
Again, she's the leading scorer right now for the Shade Brigade with 22 points. She'll try to add on to that. Wipeout Scout getting through will be eligible to score this time.
And 0 points to 0 points in that jam. As nice hustle from Wipeout Scout, keeping the pressure on, not allowing Ice Hurt to narrow the gap anymore.
Again, the track awareness shown by Ice Hurt there. She was trying to get her hips past any of the blockers that she could, but wanted to make sure she called it off before the Dolls could get any points added onto the board also. Unfortunately, it resulted in a 0-0 jam, unfortunately for the Shade Brigade.
Gertrude Awakening against Pippi Longsmackings, who is your lead jammer for the Chicago outfit, and it's a power jam as we got a back block penalty on Gertrude Awakening. Another opportunity for the outfit. Can they capitalize?
We've got one blocker, and note she is off the end of the bench. The angle here over to that penalty box is a little deceptive sometimes. So 5-on-4 on the track, we get the whistle for the multiplayer block. That'll send another of the Dairyland Dolls off of the track.
That's Dive Hard making her way to the penalty box as Pippi Longsmackings on a scoring pass now.
She, having just completed the 5-point grand slam, will try to do some more damage.
Gertrude Awakening out of the box. Pippi does get 5 points there on that pass. Gertrude engages the pack. And she is through on her initial pass. So one more scoring pass here for Pippi Longsmackings.
Gertrude Awakening having completed her initial pass, now eligible to score, but getting the counsel from the bench is Pippi Longsmacking saying to call it off, adding 2 points onto the total for the Shade Brigade. As we're coming down to 20 minutes remaining, your score now 173-90.
The outfit has had some momentum here. They've narrowed the gap a little bit as Rapscallion going to try to keep that momentum going up against Brokeback Jack, and I believe just her second jam as a jammer. She did pretty well her first time out as a jammer.
Yeah,
She's got 20 points so far.
Brokeback Jack in limited jamming action getting that, and she gets through to lead jam status.
Quick feet around the outside.
It looks like Rapscallion also getting through. She'll be eligible to score. Brokeback Jack finding that resistance. Taps the hips, calls it off.
She was still behind the four wall, but she just got her hips in and then came back again, so she got all 4 points there.
And it doesn't matter so much where you are when it gets called off. If you've made that pass, you've earned that point.
Known as any pass scoring. Once you get the pass, it counts. It doesn't get taken away again. We got timeout. The refs fooled me that time. I thought we were going.
That was a close one right there.
You're watching WFTDA.TV. In the last weekend before playoffs. If you're watching tonight, you're definitely going to be watching playoffs, I got a feeling.
I would imagine. Again, we invite you to tweet the booth. Use the hashtag #TalkToWIFTA. Not getting a whole lot of traffic other than the updates from here, which the updates from here are important. On the jammer line, again, the 105.5 Triple M jammer line, we have Ice Hurt and Splatter Alice squaring off.
Ice Hurt once again showing what she's made of. Another lead jammer from Ice Hurt.
We have Pitbull Princess getting called with a multiplayer block, getting sent to the penalty box. She'll have 30 seconds to think about what she did there.
Ice Hurt called it off. She got 2 more points. Brings her total to 24 on the evening.
And we are getting, looks like we're getting an official timeout being requested here.
The crowd thinning out a little bit as the after party has started in the parking lot. And there's actually a tattoo ambulance here today.
That's
you can
amazing.
get tattooed at about, and that's the little special they got going on here in Madison. $300, you sit as long as you can, and the guy will just keep going.
We were talking about that in the last bout, the traveling tattoo ambulance. I don't think I've seen a traveling tattoo studio before, but it makes you curious enough to think about going out there to do it.
One of the attractions here in Madison, Wisconsin, as we get another look at Pippi Longsmackings, who's now leading her team in points with 29 against Wipeout Scout, who has 47 points of her own.
And the whistle puts us back into action again. 18:51 remaining in this one. 177-92. The Dairyland Dolls holding the lead. Wipeout Scout fighting her way through to lead jam status again for the Dairyland Dolls.
She kept those feet moving. She just kept moving forward, was able to bounce, and get through. Wipeout Scout, your lead jammer, gets ridden to the inside. Now, wait, there's a penalty. Oh, I was on blocker of the outfit. Drawn by Wipeout Scout, directional penalty.
And we've got Mimi first headed to the box for the Shade Brigade. Wipeout Scout having completed the 5-point Grand Slam. She will go back at the pack. Just makes her way through. I think everyone got a little shaken by the number of whistles that got blown there. And Wipeout Scout takes advantage, goes through for another 5 points.
As Pippi Longsmacking's got the most important whistle in there with a track cut. And the momentum that the outfit had built up is going away as Wipeout Scout now racking up points, taking a 100-point lead here for the Dairyland Dolls B team.
And it's been a good day for the Dairyland Dolls all the way through so far.
They won the first 2 matches and look poised to win this one as well.
Yep.
I think they were, favored as, you look at the rankings. The Dairyland Dolls were the favored tonight,
But you've got to appreciate the Chicago outfit, the effort being put on by all three teams all the way through there, regardless of what numbers are on the board. You see them continue to fight, continue to battle on the track, keep doing the work.
This is a good warm-up for them going into D2 play in a couple weeks. I'm pretty sure they play next week, or the next couple weeks against DC, if I'm not mistaken, who is the 1 seed in their tournament. So they'll get another warm-up there. Rapscallion taking the Jammer Star for the outfit against Gertrude Awakening for the Dairyland Dolls.
Right now, Rapscallion with 14 Jammer points for the Shade Brigade. Gertrude Awakening scoring 13 for the Dairyland Dolls.
And the outfit almost had one too many skaters on the track. She was jumping the line as the whistle blew.
Well, sometimes whatever it takes.
It got off the track in time.
And Gertrude Awakening getting through to lead jam status for the Dairyland Dolls. And we've got 2 in the box right now for the Shade Brigade. Gertrude Awakening being told very energetically from the bench, telling her to call it off. Call it.
And she did, in time. As we go again here, Brokeback Jack lining up again. She's had some success in her limited play against Ice Hurt, who has been the powerhouse for the Shade Brigade tonight.
Looks like we had something getting grabbed off of the track right in front of us. I've got this great big monitor in front of me, so I couldn't see what it was.
It was the pivot cap. As Brokeback Jack once again quickly gets lead jammer status. Only 2 blockers out there for the outfit. They're now joined by their other 2 blockers. Ice Hurt on that initial pass, able to get through now. Wait, there's going to be a whistle? No, there's not. I was wrong about that. Brokeback Jack, 4 points, calls it off. 4 and done. Nice work.
It looks like a penalty was assessed against one of the blockers for the Dairyland Dolls, that being called by the jam ref, because presumably an offense against the Shade Brigade jammer.
Fair enough. We're 15 minutes into this second half of play here. We're going to see Splatter Alice once again working so hard tonight in her second game up against Pippi Longsmackings, the top point scorer right now for the Chicago outfit.
And Pippi Longsmackings was trying to get around on the outside, got held up long enough for Splatter Alice to get through to lead jam, and then Pippi Longsmackings losing her momentum. She's still hung up in the pack right now.
Splatter Alice points once again as Pippi Longsmackings gets through on her initial pass. Splatter Alice looks like she's going to engage the pack. Going to extend this. She got through. She got her points. She's going to keep going as Pippi Longsmackings got taken down hard, slow to get up.
And Molly Toff getting sent off to the penalty box. Meanwhile, Splatter Alice just zooming around on the outside, getting a 5-point grand slam for the Dairyland Dolls.
It looks like she made the right call to keep going and not call off the jam.
So right now, she just is continuing to tack on points and run time off of the clock.
Both important at this point. And now Splatter Alice going to call off the jam. I believe she had 4 scoring passes to 2 scoring passes for Pippi Longsmackings.
And so as we come down, 13:22 remaining in this one, it's now 2:22 for the Dairyland Dolls, 96 for the Shade Brigade.
Want to see Rapscallion? You see her star right there. And behind that star is Wipeout Scout for the Dairyland Dolls. 2 blockers down for the Dairyland Dolls. Wipeout playing a little defense to start things out with the blocker disadvantage. And Rapscallion takes advantage of it. Lead jammer status, Rapscallion of the Chicago outfit.
And Wipeout Scout continuing to work. She manages to break free on the inside. It looks like we have a clockwise block being assessed against Slayhound. She'll go into the box.
Rapscallion going head-to-head with number 350, Susie Homewrecker of the Dairyland Dolls, and Rapscallion won that battle. Gertrude Awakening now against Ice Hurt for the outfit.
As we come down toward 12 minutes remaining, 225 to 100. Ice Hurt with 24 points on the jam thus far for the Shade Brigade. Gertrude Awakening having 16 points for the Dairyland Dolls.
2 blockers down for the Dairyland Dolls. Once again, Ice Hurt takes advantage.
And we're going to get a high block being called. That looks like that was against Undead Miss Red. She'll go to the penalty box.
Ice Hurt on her scoring pass calls it off after getting her 4 points. And we'll reset as we do.
We've got that chorus of whistles calling off the jam. I think I'm going to be hearing whistles in my sleep tonight.
3 games will do that to you. As we line up again, we've got Brokeback Jack against Puck for the outfit. 1 blocker down each team. The blocker for Dairyland is standing.
Brokeback Jack in limited jamming action, being very effective, getting 28 points so far. We'll see what she can do this time around. She'll get a lead jam. That's what she can do.
Each time she gets it like 3 feet off the line, she gets lead jam. She's been quickly getting those tonight. She's quickly making her way around the outside, untouched. 5 points there.
And it looks like you've got to give some credit to the blockers for the Dairyland Dolls, too, doing some offensive blocking to help out Brokeback Jack as they're disrupting the Shade Brigade's pack, letting her get through easier. And there you see another 5-point grand slam by Brokeback Jack.
She's really opening it up here. Now she's being engaged at least this time, but not for very long. 15 points so far for Brokeback Jack, and she's going for more. And a penalty on someone. It's on.
Looks like
it's on Puck. It's a power jam. Brokeback Jack already has 20 points, and she's now on a power jam.
That's a good night's work for her.
And number 48, Micro Mauler, able to make just enough room for her on the outside. 25 points so far. Here she comes again. This time trying it on her own. Gets held up a little bit. Now some resistance from the outfit. 30 points in this jam.
Impressively, she finished off that pass without getting far enough out to force the no pack call.
35 points.
And counting. She's just doing the work out there right now.
Can she make it 40? She's got 8 seconds to go in this jam.
And Puck is back out of the penalty box, working on getting past the jam. Runs out on time.
It's not 40, but let's see how many points. I think it's two more. So 37-point jam. A monstrous jam for Brokeback Jack.
That is impressive. And just like that, on one jam, she goes to the second leading scorer for the Dairyland Dolls at 65. Only 5 points behind Wipeout Scout with 70, leading all scorers here tonight.
That's a jam that she should put in her scrapbook. She should make a copy of that. Many copies, hand them out to all her friends.
Put that on the highlight DVD.
Right. So that brings us to 262 to 104 with the Dairyland Dolls in the lead with 9 minutes remaining. Someone called a timeout. I don't even know who.
Yep. The blinky light is on the side of the Shade Brigade. Yes, I just said blinky light.
It's the first time I've noticed the blinky light. It's been a while since I've done interneting.
Yes. We'd like to give a shout out to Purple Ninja Girl watching the stream here tonight, sending a tweet to talk to WIFTA. And it is a lot easier to say WIFTA rather than spelling it out, but sometimes you have to. especially in the case if you are explaining to someone how to tweet it or go to the website, something like that. But WIFTA is WIFTA.
I like calling it WFTDA dot whatever you need to dot.
Yes.
But
in this case tonight, WFTDA.TV, where everyone's watching.
We've got Splatter Alice for the Dairyland Owls and Rapscallion. A whistle blows. Someone's going at Splatter Alice. I think it was blocked to the head, I think. No, forearm. It was a forearm, but Splatter Alice did go to the box. Rapscallion with the lead jammer status. Trying to get something back here for the outfit.
We've got the no pack call. Pack being reformed as on a no pack. It is responsibility of all of these skaters to reform. So it's not just a case where the front ones have to come backwards. The ones in back have to come forward as well.
Rapscallion engaging once again, and once again able to push him outside the engagement zone. Splatter Alice back into action now. Coming out of the penalty box. An initial pass for Splatter Alice. Rapscallion, more points.
Another 5-point grand slam earned by Rapscallion. Splatter Alice being contained in the... Ooh, couple of wicked hits being delivered onto Splatter Alice there, forcing her out because she gets forced out again. Again, you have to start wondering how much all the work that she's been doing today, if she's starting to maybe run out of gas a little bit here.
The same thing could be said for Rapscallion. She played in the C team game. As Rapscallion called it off, she got 4 points there. That's going to bring, what's that going to bring her total to? 37, I believe? Yes, 37 points. Now the leading point scorer for the Shade Brigade in her second match of this game.
And we're under 7 minutes remaining in this one. 262 to 123.
We're going to get a look at Wipeout Scout once again against Ice Hurt for the Chicago outfit.
Again, Wipeout Scout, the leading scorer in this particular game, 70 points. Thus far, she's fighting against 2 blockers up at the front. Has one more to beat. That one falls to her knees. Wipeout Scout breaks free. Lead jam status.
Ice Hurt, not to be outdone. Oh, she got taken out by Micro Mauler. Although Micro Mauler committed a penalty in doing so.
That was a forearm being signaled by our official.
But Wipeout Scout was able to score some points there.
Looked like she got 4 more points. Called it off before the jammer had a chance to get back around to the pack. She was a good straightaway behind her and knew that she would not have a chance to get back up there and score more, so let's keep the other team off the board.
We're going to line them up one more time, well, actually several more times, but let's line them up again. We've got Pippi Long Smackings against Gertrude Awakening for the Dairyland Dolls. Happy-go-lucky with a nice block, slowing down Pippi Long Smackings. Lead jammer is Gertrude Awakening.
Now we get a forearm being assessed to, that's Nick Comatose for the Shade Brigade. That'll put them 1 skater down.
Splatter Alice recycling Pippi back. Gertrude scores another 5, adding to her total.
You saw that as Splatter Alice was waiting back for Pippi Longsmackings to come back. She pulled that little hip wiggle backwards at the last second, trying to draw the track cut. Unsuccessfully, but a good effort.
Another 5 points for Gertrude Awakening as Pippi able to clear on the initial pass. Some penalty problems out there for the outfit as they've got 2 in the box. 1 just got in there.
And we see Micro Mauler making her way around to the penalty box for the Dairyland Dolls. So it'll be 4-on-3 on the track. Both jammers in play.
We're down the home stretch now. 4:22 remain in this matchup here. Another look at Brokeback Jack and Ice Hurt for the outfit.
Brokeback Jack having,
The epic 37-point jam.
yes indeed.
Yes, it has had that.
We get a multiplayer block being called against Stank Girl the Stench Wench. We also have a cutting penalty against Ice Hurt. That'll send her to the box, put the Dairyland Dolls on the power jam.
Here we go again. 5 points so far. It's a micro pack out there and a power jam for Brokeback Jack,
who now has 70 points and counting. Wipeout Scout just ahead of her with 74. Make it 75 for Brokeback Jack.
She's now the leading point scorer in this match.
10 points on this jam and counting.
She hit the
Ooh.
pack kind of hard there. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be a penalty on Brokeback Jack. And she came in kind of hot.
And that's going to give us the jammer do-si-do. Ice Hurt getting out of the box. And Brokeback Jack will have to serve only the amount of time that Ice Hurt served in the box. Ice Hurt now completing her initial pass. She'll be eligible to score this time around.
Ice Hurt contending with that four-wall of linked arms, and as long as the arms aren't hit, multiplayer block was called in there on Knocking Jay.
And now we have both jammers out on the track. Knocking Jay getting sent to the box for the Dairyland Dolls. And it looks like we have another 5 points scored by Brokeback Jack. 4 points earned by Ice Hurt. And we've got 10 seconds remaining on this jam. 2:20 remaining in the game. Now 2 blockers in the box for the Dairyland Dolls. The jammers wrestling each other, coming out at the end of that.
And with 299 to 142, just 2 minutes remaining in this one, possibly our last jam of this game here coming up. It's going to be Wipeout Scout up against Rapscallion. Only 2 blockers out there right now for the Dairyland Dolls. One of their blockers in the box is standing.
We've got Knocking Jay and Molotov sitting in the box right now. And so Wipeout Scout having to do the work against the full 4. We get a multiplayer block assessed to Puck, and lead jam being earned by Wipeout Scout.
Dairyland Doll blocker going to the box as well. Rapscallion clears on the initial pass. Wipeout Scout quickly through the pack. 4 points for her, and it looks like they're going to keep it going. They're not going to call it as Rapscallion engages on her scoring pass.
And again, the situation where if the period clock runs out, that jam clock will supersede it, and we are under a minute in this one. 5 point grand slam earned by Wipeout Scout.
And it's a power jam as Rapscallion had I believe it was a forearm penalty being assessed to Rapscallion. So Wipeout Scout going to bring it home here by the looks of things. I don't think they're going to end this jam.
Right now 3:08, and adding 5 more on to that 3:13 for the Dairyland Dolls as we're under 30 seconds remaining here.
Dairyland taking the front of the pack, not playing passive, now starting to play a little bit passive.
Now they're laying back, trying to set up that out-of-play call, which will free up Wipeout Scout for another 5 points as we're down under 10 seconds remaining on the period clock, 20 seconds on the jam clock. And with the period clock expired, Wipeout Scout finishing that last scoring pass, 5 more points. She will call it off, and that'll bring us to our conclusion. We'll get the math double checked right now as it stands on the board. We have 323 for the Dairyland Dolls, 146 for the Shade Brigade.
That'll conclude our triple header of action in Madison, Wisconsin. We end with the B team. A sweep for the Dairyland Dolls tonight. They win all 3 matchups.
Taking a look at some of the scoring in this one, Wipeout Scout ending up leading all scorers, getting 98 points for the Dairyland Dolls. Brokeback Jack recording 84 and some nice jam effort for the Dolls.
Looking at the outfit side, Rapscallion ends with 46 points. Ice Hurt with 42, and Pippi Longsmackings with 33. The leading penalty was Pitbull Princess not acting like a princess tonight. As we get a look at the Dairyland Dolls B team giving their high five, you see Mouse in the foreground wearing the cap. The featured skater of the WFTDA this month, the August Skater of the Month.
And this is one of the great traditions in roller derby, the victory lap and the celebratory lap by both teams. The fans getting to come out, high five the skaters, sharing all the love and show their appreciation for all the great action that took place here today. And so that should just about do it from here. Again, we remind you that the WIFTA tournament Division II action starting next weekend in Duluth, Minnesota. You can check out the action on WIFTA.tv, where you've been watching all the action here tonight. And we thank you for sharing your weekend with us.
Thanks for watching tonight and the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Let's
We're
get
talking
excited.
playoffs.
Thank you, everybody.
We bid you good night from Madison. Thanks for watching us on WIFTA.tv. Join us next weekend for tournament action.